What's up, guys? Um, there's some people that in their life, all they've known is control and manipulation, and they don't have the capability to understand what unconditional love is. To them, control and manipulation is love. That's what they were taught, and so that's what they give. That's all they know. You can't hold that against them. That's just their understanding of what love is control and manipulation. But once you understand that that's where they're coming from, then you don't have to play that game because you know what love is. You know love is unconditional. Love doesn't require you to be anything or to say anything or to transact in a certain way or to do. It doesn't require anything. Love is just love. You just love somebody because you love somebody, and you're going to stand by them no matter what. Whether it's under an overpass because they lost their home or whatever it is, you love that person so much you're going to stand by them. Anything that requires a person to be something in order to gain love is control manipulation masked as love. So I'm not saying that you stay in relationships that are unhealthy, but you want somebody that's going to love you no matter what. That's what we want. You don't want somebody that's going to love you if if you're this, if you do this, if you have this. That's not love. That's not love. And when people lose that control and manipulation, they scramble. They look for other ways to control and manipulate. It's just what happens. It's just what happens. And unfortunately, if they've tried to control everything after you are no longer partners, like they don't want you to see anyone, they don't want you to be presentable to anyone, they don't want to have anyone to have contact with you because they still want to control you, even though you're not together. So they'll do everything in their power to destroy your life so they can continue controlling you. And if you have kids, that's really unfortunate. It's an unfortunate situation because you love your kids, but you got to realize and recognize what's going on, and you can't let someone control you using your kids. You can't. You can't. And so you have to stay strong and know that in the end, it's all going to work out. It will all work out, but do not let somebody use things you love as control in your life. Withholding kids from you, not allowing you to see your kids over Christmas or on birthdays, and not when you don't have access, when you don't have the ability to get there, because you gave them everything. I mean, I have 2 suitcases of clothes that are clothes from when I was 265 pounds lifting every single day. I'm 200 pounds. That's my possessions. That's what I own. That's what I own. I left everything else to my family, to my kids, to somebody that I thought was what she's not. Because there's no way that somebody that loves you would leave you so quickly, change their name so quickly, and just be who they are if there was ever love there. It wasn't love, it was control. And when I stopped, because I'm masking, and I grew up in a narcissistic home, so egoism and self-erasure was what I did my whole life. And in my marriage, I became the partnership. I had no identity. I didn't have an identity. I was just our marriage. I was the dad. I was the husband. I didn't know anything about myself. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And when you go from a narcissistic mother to a narcissistic spouse, and that's what you do when you've grown up and thought love was a certain way, you seek out people that give you that kind of love. It's just natural. It's just natural. And nothing against her because her mom is an absolute narcissist. Absolute narcissist. And she grew up in that situation. And I have nothing but love and compassion for her. After everything she's done, I have nothing but love and compassion. And so, but you can't let people control you. You can't let people pull those levers in your life. And if that means for a moment taking away that control of kids in your life, because you know it's going to, in the end, it's going to work out. You're going to get your feet underneath you again, and you're going to have opportunities to have your kids back in your life. Then you have to do that. Having sovereignty over your life is the most important thing. Being able to make decisions without someone else controlling your decisions is the most important thing. So you got to make hard decisions sometimes for you and for your kids, because in the end, letting someone else control you and manipulate you using their love. My partner, when I knew it was over, first she told me when I told her I was prescribed cannabis to help with by a psychologist or to help, and she wanted to control that. She didn't want me using it anymore, and I'm not using it right now. But like, it helps regulate the nervous system. If anyone that's on the spectrum or anyone suffering PTSD understands that the nervous system is completely shocked, and so cannabis absolutely helped. And when she couldn't control that, she said that she's gonna. Well, first she said that she didn't care if I hated myself, and then she told me if I didn't stop that she would leave and she'd take the kids with her, and she did. And it was only for a night until she regained control. I told her I would stop for a month because she thought it was an addiction. It wasn't an addiction. It was a medication. I didn't hate myself when I was on it. So I did, because I'm not addicted to it. I'm not doing it right now. I've never been addicted to it. But I do like not hating myself. Gosh. Yeah, but when she did that, said that she would take herself and my kids away, who were the most important thing to me, I knew that it wasn't love. I knew I didn't have love in my life. And the only reason I knew that is because I felt unconditional love. I felt it from Jesus. For the first time in my life, I felt unconditional love. And it was a couple weeks before. Might have been a month before or so. But I felt it for the first time. And I'm like, holy crud. What is this? Unconditional love just because. I've never experienced that. Love has always been performative, transactional in my life. And when I felt that, in contrast to what I was feeling, what she was doing, it woke me up. And I realized that I was in a relationship and the person that I was with didn't love me. She wanted to control and manipulate me. Again, it's not her fault. That's what she was taught love was. That's the kind of love that she was given her whole life. Control and manipulation. And that's what we're dealing with in society. Many people don't know what unconditional love is, what real love is. They're living in relationships where it's transactional. I love you if. And I don't want that love. I want love that I love you no matter what, because I love you so deeply. I would be there for you. That's the kind of love I want in the rest of my life. And that's the kind of partner that I want. Someone that loves me because I'm me. Doesn't want me to be a certain way to love me. Be who they want me to be to love me. That's not love. And that's not what I want. So I just wanted to let you guys know, like, don't let anyone ever control you using love, manipulate you using love. Don't. It's not worth it. And it will all work out in the end. In the end, I will be able to be with my kids, and I won't have to give myself to do that. I won't give someone else control over my life to do that.